In a campaign dominated by scandals and personal attacks, it is sometimes easy to forget there are actual issues to be considered when voting. You have told us that education is in your top 3. Our series, Issues That Matter, continues tonight with a look at where the nominees stand on how and what to teach your children. Here's senior correspondent Adam Housley.
You're gonna get hurt.
I'm their parent. My job is to protect them and nurture them. And so when you are talking about giving your kids away for 6 to 8 hours a day, that's a long time.
So you're following the arrows, right?
Gina and Thomas Harris are raising 3 school-aged kids, 17-year-old Eden, 12-year-old Eliza, and 5-year-old True. So education is a regular topic of conversation.
Okay, what about this one?
Early on, they chose to avoid the public schools Thomas grew up attending and instead opted for private schools and homeschooling, similar to how Gina was raised.
I feel like the public schools are, most part, not up to par, and it's a broken system. That's why we choose not to take part in it.
Like the Harrises, both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump think the U.S. school system should be better, especially one that spends more money per student than any other country in the world.
We have third world countries that are ahead of us. Third world countries. Countries that you wouldn't believe. Some countries that you've hardly heard of.
And there are striking differences into how each candidate plans to make it better.
Countries like Finland or Singapore standing really tall in these international rankings. When you really look behind the numbers, what you find is this: teachers are treated with respect.
Clinton's K-12 plan largely focuses on teacher quality by, quote, elevating the profession and raising pay, which she also sees as a way to combat a shortage of quality teachers in lower performing areas.
Every child in this country deserves a good teacher in a good school, regardless of the zip code you live in.
Trump also wants to raise teacher pay, but not across the board.
So that we reward our best teachers instead of the failed tenure system that rewards bad teachers and punishes the good ones.
Trump's education plan revolves around school choice.
That means parents will be able to send their kids to the desired public, private, or even religious school of their choice. Competition.
Which is also his strategy to assist students living in poverty.
Their parents will choose the finest school. They will attend that school.
We need to understand there's no Republican or Democratic way to teach a kid how to read, write, or count.
Kevin Chavis with the American Federation for Children believes making quality education accessible to all will be a big challenge for the next president.
We have to inspire people to want to learn. For those kids in poverty, half of the school-age population in America, many of them don't see the value in education.
He says either Clinton or Trump's job will be to figure out a way to inspire those students most in need. Clinton thinks universal preschool and doubling access to the Head Start program will help.
I want to end the so-called school-to-prison pipeline. Let's start with early childhood education.
And while Trump is yet to address preschool, he has said he would make daycare tax-deductible for families like the Harrises, who are also looking into college for Eden. They say cost will be a deciding factor.
I feel like a lot of kids graduate nowadays and they can't even get a job, and they have like a amount of debt.
Both candidates agree.
The students are choking on those loans. They can't pay them back. Before they start, they're in trouble.
Trump says the federal government shouldn't profit off student loans, and he's calling for tax breaks for schools who reduce costs. As for Clinton,
if your family makes less than $125,000 a year, you will not pay tuition at public colleges and universities. And if you make more than that, you can go to college debt-free. Pay what you can.
And now the last line.
So would either candidate's education stance impact how the Harrises will vote?
I think one of them better reflects what we would desire as parents for education for our kids.
I don't think that they will make enough of a difference. Whoever is in office, education kind of takes a back seat to a lot of things.
There is one education issue that comes up repeatedly at all of Donald Trump's events: a promise to end Common Core. How he will do that is unclear because the program is voluntarily adopted by and funded by the states. It's something Hillary Clinton at one time supported. She's for national education standards, but she considers the Common Core rollout a failure. Brett?
Adam, thank you. Tomorrow night, your number 2 issue, terrorism. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge will have our Issues That Matter report tomorrow.